Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we are joined with Jami of Code Orange and Nowhere to Run. Jami, it's been a minute. How you been, brother?
I've been good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's existing in the nowadays. That's how I'm going to start this with that.
Dude, you got a freaking nice-ass camera set up. My shit looks poor as hell. It's like blurry and shit. It's literally on some fucking Cloverfield found footage, paranormal activity vibes over here. But what can we do? Some of us are poor. What are we supposed to do?
You don't got the metalcore money, dude? No?
Fuck no, dude. Hell no. I miss every boat. The hardcore boat, the metalcore boat, you name it, I missed it. I was running to catch it. I was there like
right.
too early.
I
left to take a piss and it's gone.
How far is the bathroom from the boat, brother?
It's far, man. I've been in that toilet for a minute.
Did you eat Taco Bell before you went? Is that the problem?
Dude, I haven't had some Bell in a while. How's the Bell hitting lately, chat?
You're already a professional streamer, Jami.
Chat, how's the Bell? What are we getting? What's the pricing like? Is it warm? Is it cold? What's going on?
The Bell, dude. It's chat says it's the same old Bell.
There you go.
I'm scared to try. We moved to America like a year ago. I haven't tried Taco Bell here yet. I am scared to do it.
Where the hell did you live at?
Toronto, bro. Canada.
Oh, Canada. Let's go, man. Yeah, I should have known. That's hard. Toronto's a great town. I love Canada.
Do you like Drake though? Because that's the only reason that Toronto exists.
I fuck with Drake. I mean, I know you're burying him by saying that, but I fuck with Drake. I would say he's not having a good run. It's been a rough period, but there were some albums I would be sitting there, a tear would fall from my eyes. So I'm not gonna lie and try to take those tears back, from back in the day. But the new shit doesn't always hit, but he does his best, and he's been on top for a while. So what can you do?
Yeah. So in the beef, are we going Kenny? Is that a fair? I love
Kendrick, of course. Love the music, love the albums, love all the albums. Drake. Right. I liked a lot of the Drake albums lately. I haven't been jamming it as much, but because I'll say I'm definitely Kendrick for sure, but I like them. They're both great at the end of the day, if we're being real. They're both Hall of Fame, both legends, both would be inducted by Triple H to the Hall of Fame for sure.
Do you have what's a metalcore Hall of Fame for you?
Oh, it's pretty empty. There's not a lot in there. It's just me alone with my thoughts and ideas that don't work out, and that's really it. me and my imagination.
Dude, yeah, how's
you usually teach me about metalcore. I come on here, you show me this, you show me that, you tell me what's going on. I get updated for the year, and then I come back a year later, and so I'm expecting you to update me again.
I'll give you the TDLR. Metalcore, there's still breakdowns. So we're chilling.
There is.
There's no
I've
problem.
heard all kinds of different stuff. It's big as hell. I'll tell you that. It's big.
Electronics are everywhere now. Now that's the actual TDLR is breakdowns, electronics, modern metalcore. That's it.
Hey, I was rocking breakdowns in electronics for a minute, man. So maybe I was on to something. Who knows? You were
waiting for. You were at the boat first. You were right there, brother.
The problem is I always be getting on that next boat a little too early, and then that boat's usually a little empty, and then I get off. I look back. I'm like, damn, it's packed. What the fuck happened when I was on there? We were all broke.
Yeah, come on, guys. Get another boat for Jami so he can get the fucking webcam upgrade.
Right, dude, it's insane. I'm using the straight from the computer cam right now.
Oh, that's what do you, Apple?
Low key, want to know something crazy?
Okay.
Get ready for this.
I'm ready. This
isn't even my computer. My computer's so fucked up. It's from 2011. Okay. I had to borrow Shade's shit. Ugh.
Dude, yeah, last time we talked was it 2 years ago? It was when you guys released the record, right? Code Orange record. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably like a year and a half ago or so. Oh, it was before it. It was a good amount before, I think. Okay. I don't fucking know.
Dude, how's life been for you? How is the core world for Jami? I know you've been doing obviously the new project. We'll talk a little bit about that too, but
sure.
How is life in general with a few words of wisdom of your life for the past 2 years?
Life's been good, man. Honestly, I've the last year or two has been a lot of like rebuilding and building small and wide, but we've been working our ass off, Shade and I, my band producing partner, in a lot of different avenues, doing a lot of things that we kind of always wanted to do, but trying to figure out how to get into them and figure out how to continue to express ourselves, which kind of led us to the entity that we operate under now, which is called Nowhere2run. And so that's been fun. I mean, it's been hard for sure. Kind of like you have like, you build something your whole life and then you're tasked with like, yo, you got to do this shit all over again. So it's still very much that process, but I find it really fulfilling, and I'm with somebody that I love and trust and have a great friendship and bond with creatively and otherwise, and just locked in. So overall, I think life's been good. It was hard for a minute, but I feel like we're on the other side of that hard hill. And that's why I'm happy to sit here and chat with somebody like yourself. I haven't really been doing any chats because I didn't think there was anything to chat about. But
thanks, man.
When Big Dick Nick calls,
that's not my title at all.
When big old Dick Nick calls, Nik Nocturnal, yeah, you're going to answer. Hello? I'll be on Twitch. I don't know what it is, but I'll be there.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, and I'm not just saying this to gas you up because you're here. By far, out of all the guests I've had on the stream, you have always been a chat favorite, a community favorite.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, the one time you were here, and that's when I did the New Music Friday, like that was a couple of years back. Now we just shoot the shit and talk about nothing instead of listening to music and talk about nothing. You, by far, whenever I'm like, yo, who do you guys want to see? Your name always comes up no matter what. Every time.
Thanks, guys. That's fucking sick, because as I'm kind of saying to Nick, sometimes you don't feel like what your tribe is, where you belong. And I know that this channel is like really focused on metal and metalcore stuff. And I appreciate that. We connected on a personal level, y'all. So I wish I could see what the fuck you guys are saying, but low key, I don't have Twitch. I was trying to sign up for it when I already had logged on with him, and I couldn't do both things at once, so I can't see it. Okay. But I bet it's very positive. Well, I hope so. Let's keep it positive, guys. That's what I need in my life right now.
This is one of the podcast guests of all time, and definitely one of the best as the other comment.
Okay, so that's one, which is rude, and I know what the fuck you're trying to say with that, and I don't appreciate that. And the other one, I do appreciate.
There you go. Chat, check yourself. It's funny because
let's have fun, y'all. Let's chat. Like get in the fucking pit and let's go. Turn it up. Turn the energy up.
Do you have a turn up anthem, like a specific song that no matter where you are, no matter what the situation is around you, you are going to turn up?
Probably DMX, some DMX shit.
Okay.
Probably any wrestling fans in the building? Can I see in the chat? Do we have any wrestling fans? But you tell me because I don't see it.
That's okay. I'm not sure. I watch.
Well,
wrestling.
Somebody say yeah. Does anybody watch wrestling? All right, somebody said yeah.
So, a lot of people said yeah.
Great. So there's a certain little theme that I like to get pumped up to. Not a very popular theme. It's a theme song for an AEW wrestler named Kenny Omega, and it's called Battle Cry. Now, it's not very loved by the fans.
That's a hard name for a song.
Exactly. They wanted him to use his New Japan theme, and they want him to use his fucking anime-ass theme and shit like that. I like that theme. I'll be ready to go out there, and I'm blasting that theme, and I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready to? Oh, actually, wait. We have to tie this back. Last time we were talking about fighting each other, right? That was the not me and you. I think we were in some way there was some kind of fights happening. Would you? Now the trend is it's not boxing YouTube anymore. It's wrestling. All the YouTubers went to wrestle. Would you?
Pro wrestling. Oh yeah.
Pro wrestling. Do you know how to wrestle?
Do I know how to professional wrestle? No, I would never offend the boys and act like I know what they do. But all I can say is I know more about the damn business than anyone else in the damn band. I'll tell you that right now.
Who would you fight nowadays? I know it was last time.
Fighting? Are we fighting, or are we having a professional wrestling encounter?
Professionally engaging in competition with a wrestler. Yeah.
Okay.
If it was like
we're doing like pro wrestling, you're talking like the WWE. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you don't need to fight or wrestle. Sorry to rephrase that. A pro wrestler. I'm just saying, like for you, who would you be like, that's a good fight right there? Like, I would watch that, being a part of that fight. I'd be like, that's good content right there.
If it's a wrestling match,
yes,
and I'm going to teach you a little bit of something about wrestling.
Yes, please do.
You need the right dance partner. So my brain would instantly go to, I need somebody that I know who's in the business.
Yeah.
Because then when we get out there, I'm not going to know what I'm doing, and they can take the bumps, they can sell. I mean, I'll sell as well, but you know, they know what they're doing. So I'm gonna have my wrestling squad of friends, which will be Big Brody King for the band God's Hate. I'll do a match with him, even though he hits people very hard. So a little snug, a little stiff. So maybe that doesn't work. Killer Cross, Karrion Kross, who's in the WWE. He's a great friend of mine. I would trust him to work me through a match. MVP, another legendary wrestler. I would trust him to work me through a match. So all three of those guys would be my picks, because you throw me and some other fucking mark-ass musician in there, we're not going to know how to bump. We're going to think we know how to sell, but it's going to look like shit. It's going to be fake. We're not going to know how to – I mean, I can cut a mean promo, so I'm not worried about that. I'll get people in the building.
Okay.
But –
I believe you seem like, and I know obviously everything you've been doing is the music related side, but you seem like you'd be a crazy hype man. Like, if someone has to promo something, like I would trust you. I would hire you as a promo in some capacity. If it ever
comes up, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
If you ever need like an entourage, if I ever end up seeing you on like Creator Fights or some shit, I could see you they pay you a little bit.
The iDubbbz thing? The create
something like that. I could see you in like Jake Paul situation.
I would die, Jamie. Like, I don't know.
All right. No, we'll show you something. I'll show you. You're not going to win, but.
I'll see heaven, brother. That's what I'm going to fucking see at that fucking point, man.
Well, a little. Just need the payday. At the end of the day, you need the payday. Nik Nocturnal needs a big payday. Creator Fights. Nik versus who's another current like YouTube. I need to get more of the YouTube mix, but I'm thinking like Rizzler, you versus Rizzler or something like that.
Rizzler? Like from Batman? No,
Rizzler. No, they know what I'm talking about. Chat knows what I'm talking about.
Wait, okay. I thought the Riddler. Who's Rizzler?
It's your own problem. You don't know. Just like I don't know who whatever metalcore band one word thing you're going to tell me later. You don't know about the Rizzler. That's between you and God. Or you could maybe fight Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
That's a nice cup. That's
Stanley Beetlejuice sticker. You could also maybe have him one-on-one, and I think he'll win, but we'll see.
I got you. What is that? You got some pure H2O in that, or you got some like we got Monster? What we rolling?
Dude, if you have a thing like this full of Monster, stay the fuck away from me.
I mean, it'll hype you up for wrestling. Get away
if you have Monster in here. Monster stays in the can.
I got you. Have you ever thought, again, Chad also was mentioning too, you have a big personality. Have you ever thought of streaming or doing anything like that? Because you're funny as fuck, Jamie. That is a fact. You are a funny dude.
Well, I haven't really thought too much about it because I just feel, I don't know. It doesn't call to me. If there was the right scenario, little gimmick, some comedy, something to talk about that I like talking about, the kind of like specific topic casts, like I don't really know what am I going to say? You know, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? You know, I've always kind of hid behind the art a little bit. Because I know I'm a bit of a goofy, wacky guy, but as people know, I'm very, very into the art and very serious about the art. So that's what I end up kind of spending most of my day. But honestly, I'd probably be less broker if I just fucking said, hey, let's get over and do a cast. But will anybody watch it? I don't know. You guys tell me. If you guys get the hive going strong enough, we can get a cast going. But you're going to need to sponsor it. And it's going to be on your network, the Nocturnal Network, which we're starting right now.
That's a hard ass name, Nocturnal Network. Let's go. Very true. Or it could be. I'll do one through Tim Heidecker as well. But either you or him. Okay. What shows do we have on the Nocturnal Network though? Because this is a whole business plan we're rolling out right now. Your girl, she's got a show on there. You're on there. I'm on there. We bring back Punk Rock NBA. He's on there. I think. I don't know what happened to him. That's my boy though. He's cool. We bring him back on there. Maybe I'll go hit the Homestead Improv and Pittsburgh Homestead Improv and find a couple good stand-up guys and mix it up with them. And right there, we're all off to the races. I believe Hardlore's already somewhere, so we can't get them. But
would you bring Fantano?
You gotta bring got thrown. No. Oh no, not happening. No, he's checked out a Code Orange album before.
He
right?
betrayed me, but it's cool.
Oh, okay. Wait, did he? Because I know he liked one of the records. Did he?
He liked them, and then he didn't.
Oh, and
he
then
loved them, and then he doesn't. Then I watch it and I go, well, I'm never watching this again because now I'm just gonna have horrible thoughts of terror and like misery, like PTSD. So I'm gonna have to mute this whole thing now. But no, respect to him, man. He's cool, I guess. I don't fucking know. He seemed like a nice guy. I've interacted with him, and he was nothing but cool to me. But he definitely buried my shit pretty hard. So I was like, gotta mute this channel now on the YouTube because it's gonna hurt my heart every day.
I mean, he basically that's his thing. Like he buries everybody. Like that's.
He didn't know, but he kicked my ass when I was already down.
Oh,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
where. Okay, I see.
He pissed on my grave, low key. But
Did you send that as a DM? That would be a hard as fuck DM.
No, you know what? Because I was riding with him before that, right?
Okay.
And then he gave us a little burial, and then it's like, I already rode with you before that. I can't turn on you now. I'm not a complete like bitch ass. I'm not gonna be all of a sudden like, oh, you didn't like it? Well, like, come on. Like, he's doing his job. He's doing his thing. I'll be back on top over there at some point. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, dude, you're on it. How is like obviously you guys have your new production duo, right? Nowhere to Run. How's that been? Because it's obviously I can hear elements of Code Orange to a point, like the industrial production side, of course. But like, how has that been in terms of? I don't know. Like, obviously, it's a project. It's more of a production duo instead of, I guess, like a full out touring band. Like, what's that dynamic like for you?
It's definitely new, and it's definitely currently pretty abstracted. You know, as we've only put out a couple songs as like artists, but what it really is we kind of set out to do what I think we were trying to stretch or cram into a band in a lot of ways, which I'm still really proud of. I love everything the band did because I fucking did it. So of course I love it. Yeah. But you know, what we almost imagined Nowhere to Run as like a mini kind of creative house. You know, right. we had all these skills, visual, you know, production, whatever. And we were like, okay, well, wouldn't it be cool if over time we amassed a body of work all kind of under this duo name, but it could extend to film and it could extend to our own artist music for sure, which is kind of where the starting point, because that felt like what made the most sense. Can extend to production for other artists, can extend to even like visuals and music videos for people, you know.
Yeah. You guys dropped the first Loath track in 5 years for Loath.
That's a swag. And I'm about to pop up on the next one too, or one of them. But they featured on our shit, and we're featuring on their shit on their next thing, which I can't say anything about because I don't fucking know. We're not allowed.
That's okay.
But everybody loves them. They saw. I went and did the song in Pittsburgh. That song's gonna drop at some point. It's a Nowhere to Run feature song. I love those guys. I mean, talk about metalcore and shit. Yeah. Those guys are like my number one. I love those guys. They've put on for us so hard. But basically, we started with our own little EP. We started a record label through BMG that's called Nowhere Recordings.
Blue Music. I know that's Dave and Susie.
No,
right?
that's still Dave and Susie is where Code Orange was, and that's Blue Grape. BMG is kind of a brother label of a label called Palecore that has the band Spirit Box.
BMG. Oh my God, I thought you said B. Okay, yeah. There's too much BGs, Bs. A lot of
BGs. So the parent company is called BMG. They're the fucking major, right?
Yeah, BMG.
So.
Gotcha.
Code's manager is a dude named Jason, and he manages Spirit Box, and he actually manages Loath as well.
Jason, so I annoy him a lot because of those bands. So
I love him. He's a great dude. He's rode with us super hard. So he kind of set it up where him and us started this kind of parlor label through them called Nowhere Recordings, and we just dropped the first artist on Nowhere Recordings. So I think you guys should all check out. She's like brand new singer-songwriter. Her name's Saphir Levy. If you're into kind of like Garbage or Curb or even like some of the modern stuff like Mama or Julie or something like that.
Anytime anyone starts with Garbage, it always throws me off for a second before I remember the context that the band is what you're. If you just like,
if it reminds you of fucking Garbage, check it out. No, I feel that. But
No, I
like, or
got
like
you.
Alanis Morissette or Tori Amos, or like kind of female-driven singer-songwriter, a little bit
That's it.
90s for sure, some electronics and cool stuff. So we made an EP with her. We released the first song from that. She's brand new, fresh, getting started now. She's amazing, and she allowed us to kind of not only write the EP with her, but be in on like the creative direction and do the work on the visuals with her. And so and then we have another artist coming that's called Sick Brain, who's from LA, who's like a sick. The best way to describe her is kind of like she's kind of industrial. She's kind of like dancey. She has a little bit of hip hop elements. She's
Right.
done stuff with Skrillex. She's done stuff with
Hell yeah.
all kinds of killer artists. So that record's coming in the near future too. And then one other artist that I can't say yet, but we have a couple artists on Nowhere Recordings. This year is going to be kind of the year where we're really pumping that and putting a lot of that stuff out. So that's kind of a piece of it. And then, yeah, we have our artist piece portion of it. And we have an event we just started that's called Blood Rave. So if anybody lives in LA or Florida or New
Orlando,
York,
brother.
where we go. It's coming to you very soon.
Are you
We
coming
did
to
the first
Disney
couple
though?
in
Because
Pittsburgh.
Mickey
We're
is
not
fucking
coming
waiting.
into Disney,
Okay.
but that'd be hard. Can you get us in because you're all rich and shit?
I don't know Mickey personally, brother.
And you swipe the pass, like the rich people like they swipe the pass, like
We actually got our annual pass the first time. Me and Paul have been here for a whole year. Haven't went to Disney yet. Dude,
go man, have a good time. Got to go to
Yeah.
Orlando. So you live in Orlando?
I live in Orlando, bro.
Oh, we're hanging the next time I'm up there. We're definitely gonna do one in Orlando, like very
sick.
soon. It's kind of like a goth industrial kind of night, but with like the production that like Code's kind of known for, like sick DIY, immersive. It's like you're in the
Right.
fucking movie shit. And we have different artists that do DJ sets. We perform as Nowhere to Run. We do guitar, vocals, electronics. So it's a dope thing that we started there. And then we've been working in some film stuff as well. We have our first film coming out this year. We just finished the score for, so I'm
Hell
excited
yeah.
about that too.
Dude, you're
Hell
busy
yeah.
as fuck.
Dude, I'm busy, and we've been, putting in a lot of work, and not a lot has really hit the surface yet. But this year, a lot's going to hit the surface, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Dude, that's sick, man. Yeah, it's great to see you guys taking all those sounds and influences and expanding in like a very modern way, obviously, and especially with like the duo idea. I feel like a lot of people are doing not a duo idea, but like they're starting to be like, okay, like even if they have a band, they're like, let's try to like figure something out. Like if they're like a producer, because nowadays too, a lot of fucking bands are, instrumentalist, producer, and vocalist. That's kind of
Totally. No, totally. And I think that we like, in ways we've always tried to be on the edge of that. Like, starting on our record 6 or 7 years ago, we started spamming our producer tag on the songs, and kids never really picked up on it because it's metal and stuff, so they were kind of like, well, our Nowhere to Run, if you go back 6 years, just like rap songs, the tag is all over the records,
shit.
and now that's our tag producing for the many artists that we've been producing for. And we always kind of liked the idea of melding all this stuff, and I've always been really into hip hop, and I've always also really been into film and video games, like all of us are.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out how to like bridge all these worlds in like a dark, cool way. And I think with the Nowhere to Run thing, it's kind of given me a more clear platform to do that. And right now it's a little blurry for sure, which I think is kind of dope. But in the next year or so, next year or 2 years, there's going to be a lot of stuff, and I think it'll be a really cool thing, all under that moniker.
Hell yeah. Do you guys have like a like OMFG game that you? That's
the logo, baby.
Wait, okay. I've deciphered many logos in my life, Jamie. We're gonna go through this one right here. Okay.
Think about it.
We're okay. So obviously it starts with an N. Obviously.
Uh-huh.
Can you decipher the letters for me?
Top of a 2 in the middle, R on the end. What's up now? What's up now, motherfucker?
Okay.
And top of a 2, R on some fucking alien type shit.
Alien type shit. Do you have a dream game to if you could score it? Everyone wants to do Doom now because of fucking Mick Gordon. But like, do you have a dream game?
And that's another thing we were on back then. Go listen to fucking Forever and all that shit. Everybody was saying that shit was like Doom and Quake. Code Orange did a thing for Quake Con years ago where you guys can go watch this on YouTube, where we basically made a music video where we put ourselves in Quake. So it's us performing in Quake and our little Mudman guys, like the point of view. It's dope, but it's on YouTube. It's like Code Orange, we did a cover of the Quake theme, so that was sick. But I don't know what game I would be into. I'd love to do something like fucking dark and like almost like Silent Hilly, something like
That'd
that.
be dope.
That would be like probably the sickest thing I think we could do, or like a Resident Evil-y kind of thing, or something super like technological. Like that Cyberpunk game is sick. They obviously had a ton of artists, and we weren't included. Who would have thought? Not included. But I begged. I of course begged, like, can we get on? And just nobody gave a fuck.
Dude, you better be on GTA 6 radio, or you should find somehow.
So everyone's on the radios. There will be a band that started in like fucking next door now. And they're like, we're on GTA 6 radio. I'm like, all right. I missed them. They didn't email us.
It's Grand Theft Boat now. Yeah, it's not just car.
It's a boat?
Grand Theft Boat, dude. Oh yeah.
What? Is that real?
No.
Wait, what?
I'm just because if you instead of missing the boat, they're gonna steal the whole fucking. Yeah, you got it, Jamie.
Referencing. See, that's what I need to learn about this whole Twitch game. We got to reference, and we got to stay really current.
Are you very hip? You'd consider, like, if you had to, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hip are you?
Depends on what. When it comes to like hip hop, when it comes to like movies, I'm really hip on all that. When it comes to metalcore, I'm not hip. But when it comes to,
you guys as Code Orange have always been hip and ahead, and
Thank
that,
you.
like, fairly.
I appreciate that a lot. I mean, we always do our own thing. I mean, I feel like we never even really, we come from the hardcore world in terms of like culturally, which is definitely different. Like in terms of like, it's all blending together now, but at least at one point, kind of culturally, the way it built upon itself was a little bit different. So we, that's kind of where we identify ourselves. But like, definitely metallic, hardcore, metalcore, whatever you want to call it, was a big part of it too. And we always tried to, I mean, our goal was literally just to mix things together. I mean, that was always kind of, for better or for worse, like make a little concoction out of a couple things. But breakdowns are definitely one of those things. So.
Well, because especially now, obviously, like there's, as you said, everything's kind of blended together. Like there's the Kublai Khans, the Knock Looses, then there's like the metalcore like Spirit Box, and you guys always kind of have that unique niche of the kind of that industrial side, which none of the bands dabbled in or ever were like, let's throw that into like, the mix and like really fuck around with that when it comes to like hardcore and some piss.
I mean, totally. And for me, it's like, I guess this is the best way to put it. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I love heavy music. I love hardcore. I love metal. I don't personally like, basically I'd say 95% of like what people classify as metalcore, like musically. Like, I don't listen to it. The farthest down metalcore we got was probably like Converge and like things like that, like, and that was what we were inspired by in a lot of ways, and along with many other things. But metalcore is definitely a different thing now for sure. And like, I spent a long time in the band feeling like, I feel like what is going on could really be big, and like it needs, I need to be the voice that's kind of championing that. And I think that if we, can do that, then maybe it can open people up to our music. And here's where I was right and here's where I was wrong.
Okay.
It definitely could be big, but not for us. You know what I'm saying?
Not for us.
So what I realized was this shit could be huge. It is huge now. And I'm honestly super genuinely stoked for.
Right.
I know a lot of these dudes in a lot of these bands, and a lot of them are fucking awesome. And I think that's amazing. I just think that like for metalcore, at least, like where the majority of the kids' ears are at, is not, it doesn't go with my taste. So like, that's why I'm kind of glad to be not maybe doing that at the moment, is just because it would be a fight against the kids to make them like what I like, which was basically what my fight was and my goal. And I thought it was maybe for the betterment of hopefully the quality of the scene, because the scene was pretty small. But then when the scene blew up and it wasn't anything that I like at all, then I was like, all right, well, I guess I helped in some way, hopefully by yelling that shit so much and by maybe opening up some doors. And, we were able to walk into that Grammys thing first. We were able to open up a lot of in the WWE thing and open up some cool doors. But, I think it's just the ear of the kids is in a different place than my taste, and I have a ton of respect for that. It's just I can't really necessarily identify myself with like metalcore in a modern sense, because I just don't. I listen to it and I don't like it. So what am I supposed to do? I try. I put them on. I'm like, It's out.
Oh shit! You just
It's like a long line. The death of the weeping soul or some shit. I throw that shit on, and then I'm just like, I can't do it, and I just put on fucking
the long. Hey, that's from the 2000s. Is the long names. Now it's.
Well, they're back to it. They're back to it.
Okay.
It's back.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's hard, and it's either one word or it's a lot of words.
Paragraph.
And the picture is like something, and I see the picture even, and I go, I don't like the picture. You know, I don't like
artwork's
I don't
important.
like the art.
That shit's got to go hard.
And I don't like it. So that's the problem. But just so everybody knows in the Twitch chat, I can't see. I'm not hating at all. I think that it's fucking huge and it's killing it, and it's like really good for rock music in the sense of like those bands are fucking blowing up. And like I said, I know a lot of them, and I'm stoked for them. And there's probably parts of my life where I wouldn't be stoked for them, but now I'm like, oh yeah, do your thing. It's just like I ain't gonna listen to it, but do what you got to do, and I'm gonna throw on some Blady or some shit like that, you know, or throw on some fucking something different.
I got you.
That's really it.
Where's obviously with Nowhere to Go, you know, you guys are doing the production duo and pushing very cool sound too, like, you know, it's very 2028, you know, very modernized and like future thinking in that way.
Thank you, man.
Are you guys thinking or have any plans right now with Code Orange or stuff that you guys could talk about, or not really? You're kind of just y'all chilling?
No, I mean, no, we don't. You know, Code Orange is on the shelf, and I think it's there for a good reason, for many reasons. You know, I think you can put 2, 2, and 4 together, and you'll probably come to the answer. But you know,
is it because Fantano?
No, he didn't. He can never take my soul.
Just Fantano can't do it.
No, and I'm super stoked on the record. It was a series of circumstances. One that I am happy to speak about is, you know, my guitar player Dominic is one of my best friends in the world, was dealing with a really hard genetic condition that really started damaging his hand and and his neck and his foot, and that was the primary cause for us to have to cancel our first tour on the record. His fingers were this big. I was really scared for him. He was having a really hard time. He's got it under control now for sure, which is amazing. And you know, so it felt like, you know what, I saw into the ether, and I thought, gotta ride off for right now, quietly and with some dignity. And I think that the record that we made, called The Above, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, it says a lot of what needed to be said about that, and even just spiritually, artistically, it's such a, for me, like, beautiful way to have put that pause on it, and it kind of says everything that I wanted to say. It's almost like, it feels a little bit like a death record in some ways, but in like a beautiful way for me. So I feel really artistically fulfilled in that way, and it's just on the shelf, and there's many circumstances, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I have no plans.
Mm-hmm. No, I got you. I mean, if with all the stuff you got with Nowhere to Go, like you're stacked. I can say, you know, like
we're stacked, and you know, if it was right, and if things were right, and if things were happening the right way, then we would have did it. But I felt that they weren't for many reasons, and so did others. And you know, we said, fuck that. That's not how we operate. I'm not gonna fight against the current here. I'm gonna die like a warrior on my shield. Not like a fucking bitch, fucking, you know, screaming and crying and kicking and moaning. No, so it wasn't that glorious, but at the same time, I think that the band will accrue love. There was so much art and love put into the band, dude, and so much thought. And I think that over time, hopefully that'll accrue, and maybe the trends and stuff will come around and swing to it. Because I do think I still 100% believe it's very forward thinking, and I think it always kind of was. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud of it.
Yeah. So this time more, it's like the boat is chilling, it's going, but you don't need to take a shit. You're just at the dock waiting patiently.
Hey, I'm building a city.
You're building a city at the port, brother.
I'm building a whole, and it's real little right now, but you guys are gonna see. I'm building. You know, this is the best analogy. You know, gotcha. I spent a lot of my life with the help of others for sure, but at the wheel of, you know, at the crane of building a tower, and it went up and up and up and up. And the thing about towers is they can go like that. They're like Jenga. And now what I'm trying to do is build something a little bit wider and a little bit more stable and with a little bit more options, and see that sprout, maybe not like this right now, but maybe like this, and then maybe some of that stuff grows and we can do anything we want to do. And that's the goal at the end of the day, is to be able to wake up and do what the fuck we want to do and put all of our effort into it and put all of our art into it. And every single project we approach, that's how I approach it. I put these girls I've been working with, or any artists we've been in the room with, or our own music, or the film stuff we've been blessed to work on so far. We just like put every thought we have into it and just grind, And that's what you do too. You get on this fucking thing, you yap your little ass off and you grind. And that's really it. That's what we do, baby.
That's what we do, dude. We yap and we let it go. And then when there's
your
more,
throat's probably dry as fuck. You probably need water, but you don't have it.
I always got agua. You got some H2O? Cheers, brother.
It's not Monster, you fucking sick bastard.
Nah, dude.
I wanted that Metalcore Fest, somebody would be drinking a thing like this full of Monster.
Oh, dude.
I'd smell it and be like, God damn.
Did you see that, the Ashton Hall morning routine? That thing, that fucking meme with the guy doing the...
Yeah, I've seen it. That's awesome. I need to make one of those with my routine.
Dude, we did one where I replaced all the water he did and the like dunking with Monster. I don't drink Monster, but brother, I had to drink for that thing, and I felt like I don't do drugs, but I'm like, that's
neither do I.
That's probably what drugs feel like in some capacity.
It fucking hits, and I'll tell you what, the white Monster guys, anybody, chat. Let's talk
chat.
Chat, what do we think about the white Monster?
It's what give them a second there. They were laughing, and then they said, ooh, it's meh, never had it.
The white Monster hits. Wrong. So all I have to say is white Monster hits. I'm no fucking crackhead. I'm only going to grab a white Monster in an absolutely psychotic scenario. I'm not going to wake up and just hit the Monster den. Because if you do that, your life's, just to let you guys know in the chat, if you do that, your life's not going the way it needs to go.
No.
If you're going to hit the Monster every day, reassess. But what I'll say is, white Monster every now and again, that shit hits. It's like a diet ski, and it hits pretty good. I mean, it's not
what
bad.
flavor is white Monster? Like, what does it taste?
It's just white, pretty much.
What the fuck is the flavor? Like, why is it white instead of green? I don't know the Monster.
It's just white, green. Mostly just it's because it's a white Monster.
That's it. I actually don't know what the difference.
I think it's like diet, basically. Like, it's like diet, and it's got a bit of somebody in the chat. I know somebody in the chat drinks Monster. That's for damn sure. One of you guys let him know, like, what the white one's all about. I mean, if you drink the straight black with green, you are fucking sadistic. If you fucking rip a black with green Monster in the year of 2025, my God bless you.
Do you have a favorite beverage? Just a general beverage, not.
Yeah, I'm a big coffee guy. I love coffee.
Oh, yeah?
I love coffee, water. I like the seltzer waters.
Do people hate water? That would suck if like you woke up and you're like, fuck, like you're gonna die. You gotta live, brother.
A lot of people definitely don't like water. I feel like I've been to some of these festivals and there wasn't a lot of water being drunk. They're drinking a lot of other stuff. But I personally,
we're a family-friendly channel here, so we don't need to talk about those exactly.
100%. Are we? Is the Nocturnal Network family friendly? All right, good. We should do some you know what we should do for the Nocturnal shit? Some Stern show, like Whack Pack type of shit. You know about Howard Stern? Or
I know. Yeah, he's wild. Let's
do some Stern shit. Like we need our own. We need our own Gary. We need our own Beetlejuice. Just like different wacky guys. Like,
are we gonna have a reality show? Reality always.
Pretty much. Didn't you already do a reality show?
Wait, yeah, it's not mine. that's something else.
How was that?
Dude. It's a vibe. It went.
Was it cool?
It was cool, dude.
Very rock of love type vibes. I saw.
Very rock. Dude, there needs to be. Well, there really doesn't actually. I take away all the things I just said. A Love Is Blind metal show, because that shit would be fucking hilarious. Like you guys fall in love through music.
But everybody would be so ugly. And that's me too. I'm not saying about you guys, like me as well. I'm saying like
everyone would be awkward.
You've been there, like It's not gonna work.
It's not.
You know, it ain't Coachella. You know what I mean?
Metal bands play at Coachella now, Jamie. It's one of the boats.
Why don't you look up the lineups and see who brought that one back as well? Doesn't get any credit for that either. We jumped in that one about 5 years ago. There was no cameras anywhere. I looked to the left. I said, "Are they streaming this thing?" "Oh no, this is the only stage we're not streaming." Cut into me just like, what? So nobody.
You should have streamed it on your phone right there. Made it a moment, brother.
I know. No, we
TikTok
did
existed back then. You could have streamed on TikTok.
We did Coachella like 4 years ago. It was the second weekend we did was crazy, but it was crazy because Guinness was there, the Guinness World Records, and Guinness, the guy from Guinness came up to me after the set and he was like, "You have broken a record," and I was like, "Seriously?" "Yeah." And he was like, "The least amount of celebrities to ever watch a set at Coachella ever in history." I was like, "Wait," I was like, "The least amount?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was just the guy from Zabalba who does the lights, and that's it." And I was like, holy shit. So yeah, ended up, we set a record at that one, least amount of celebrities ever to watch a band in history. And that'd be Coachella 2022. Coachella, as we call it.
Coachella. That's a good one. I do like that one.
I thought so.
I thought so.
I thought it was great. I thought it was fucking genius. What can you do though? Sold a couple teas, but I mean,
you needed to stream it on TikTok. That's the problem, brother.
Dude, and now I go on that thing. They have all the stages up. The footage is HD. Afterwards, I was like, "Anybody get any pics or anything?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Okay.
That's that one never happened. See you, whoever's up here next year in the same spot. You'll be the first band. And there you go. There you go again.
Was it a good vibe? Like, did it feel right?
The second one was fucking insane. Like, they literally, I remember the set was over and there was blood all over the floor and they had to come mop up all this blood. And the guy who mopped it up was from Pittsburgh and he thought it was cool. And that's where I'm from. So it was
okay. I see. I'm still getting acquainted to American culture, right? So I'm
from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I am right now. Beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay. In order to get to Florida, we had to drive through Pennsylvania, and all we saw were werewolves, churches, and this was nighttime. Sorry.
You saw werewolves?
Yeah, dude. So we were driving, and Paula was like,
werewolves aren't real, bro.
Dude, it was 5 a.m., but like we were driving to get to, America, freedom. That was a freedom drive. And Paula said she saw bears, deers, and then she said the thing, it was like the fucking fuzzy thing, and she was like, yeah, it was probably a werewolf. I'm just saying, hey, it was 5 a.m., but like...
That's when you need to ask your girl, what the hell are you talking about?
We was late. Paula had to scream. We had 80s bangers going on the whole time to stay awake.
That's fun. That's good shit.
That's the best. Like, if we had... I would have fallen... We listen to metal all the time. I would have fucking fallen asleep at like 10 o'clock while I'm driving. So we had 80s bangers. That's hype. And like Britney Spears and all that. And so we were a little manic, but no monsters. No monsters.
Britney Spears is not from the 80s.
So, yeah, I know. That was 2000s. Yeah, sorry, Britney Spears. We had some.
Oh my God,
Michael.
He's freaking 20 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah, George Michael. We had.
No, but Britney Spears rips. I love that record that has like Toxic and
the record.
Chat. Yeah. Hey, chat. What's the Britney Spears record called that has Toxic on it?
Baby Hit Me One More Time?
No, that's before. The shit, it's got like the club shit that like Charlie and all them are doing now. Shit's hard. Guys, somebody just Google it.
Toxicity? Guys,
I know about that one. I've been with them guys. I've never been with Britney. Been with them though. Would love to be with Britney. You're toxic.
The Toxic album. Chat doesn't know.
Jesus fucking.
Oh, In the Zone. They got it. In the Zone.
When we hit YouTube, they'll know.
When we hit YouTube.
When this goes to YouTube. By the way, last time, chat, we did this interview. The interview's amazing. Once again, here's another one. I'm thinking, this guy's huge. Like, this is going to be awesome. We rock that. It's going on YouTube. Everyone's going to be stoked. Never hit YouTube.
Never. Yeah, when we check out the songs, I can't because we check out music and then
me refreshing YouTube for like 3 months. Like, I'm like, is it coming? Am I getting over? Is it coming? Am I getting over?
Did they just really fucking hate our talk? Like, was I not?
I was like, God damn, I can't get on this guy's YouTube. Fucking hell! But
this is good. This is on the podcast channel YouTube. I think it's better than the main, to be honest. The main It's just me doing covers that everyone shits on, and me reacting to bands that no one
Don't
likes.
listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
They shit on it. It doesn't. As The Rock once said, it doesn't matter what you think.
Okay. Now
to them, not to you. But
did he
you know
say
what I'm saying?
Was he was in he's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest stars in the world, Nick.
Yeah. What's the one with not Jenga, that fucking old game, not game.
Not Django.
No.
Definitely not Django.
No.
And not Django, not Django.
What? No, it's
so
the one where
what's number 3?
They go back. Jumanji, thank you. See, yo, chat is on it, Jamie. Okay.
They didn't know the fucking Britney album, so I mean they're too worried about
They said In the Zone.
They're too worried about damn fucking I wanted to say I can only think of real band names. I was gonna say like a fake one, but I can only think of real ones. That would be bad heat. You know what I'm saying?
That would be bad. So that's a bad headline right there.
We'll leave it.
No, we don't do the headline fishing. It's not as fun when we're doing that. That's not like, hey, like who fucking cares? No one watches this anyway.
My thing is, dude, straight up, I will never call your band's name out, even if I really don't like it or something, unless it's beef.
Like,
you know, like beef. Unless I see you and I'm gonna have to be like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if we're gonna see each other and smile and hug, then you won't hear a band name out of me because I think that's disrespectful.
You know what? I respect that.
But then what if I do it and it was all bullshit?
Oh, go for it, dude. Fuck that band, dude. Whatever band you're gonna say.
I'm just a worker at the end of the day. But no, that is my code, I would say. You know, I don't wanna because it's like, you know what? You gotta be I've told bands and there's actually a hilarious I don't know if I could say who it is, but okay. I mean, I guess I could. No, I can't. But okay,
that's up to you, Jamie.
One friend,
that's
one buddy I have in a band who's killing it right now. He actually recently has a new band that is a duo that are getting really popular, and he also plays with another female artist. He's a very good friend of mine, and he told me that when I don't even remember this, but he told me when I first met him at a festival, he came up to me. We were eating and he came up to me and I said to him, which I'm like, I cringe, but I literally said like, hey man, all respect, but I just want you to know, like, I really genuinely think your band absolutely sucks. And he said it shocked him to his core and he didn't know whether he was like, what the fuck? Like, and then we became great friends. So I wouldn't do that now for sure. At all. That was really stupid. But I just say that to say that
now you have a good story to tell.
I'd rather do that and talk about the music at large than to zone in on somebody. Because I think if I zone in on somebody, they have the right to, you know, then then becomes a real thing. So you got to save those for when you really mean them.
You have a good story now though. You can tell that for ages. Like
I got a lot of stories, man. I got a lot of stories. A lot of funny stories. A lot of great ones. A lot of great times out there on the road, everybody.
Dude, yeah, man. Well, I'm glad to see you're doing well. You got your production duo going, you know. And it seems like do you think, are you a thinker? You seem like a thinker.
Absolutely. I would say a plotter.
What?
A plotter.
Oh, a plot. I thought you meant like a plot, yeah.
A plozzer.
Like, yeah, like just I was like, that's a thing. I
plot. I think. I try to think before I do a little bit.
Yeah. Are you big into manifesting?
Yeah, you know, to an extent, I've had my ups and downs with that. I've read a lot of books in that nature. Try not leaning as much towards like the self-help stuff, but I'm definitely into like stoicism and things of that nature. Just learning about stuff because I really do have a lot of battles with like whatever the fuck you want to call it, just a lot of negative thoughts and depression and stuff like that, you know. So I have a hard time with that stuff. So I've always tried to figure out mind strategies on how to battle through some of that. So I go back and forth. I think, I'm into manifestation. I think I'm mostly into like trying to follow through on what you say you're going to do and try to stay morally grounded regardless of results. And I feel definitely proud of myself that I feel like I've been able to maintain my own morals and maintain my own views I had about others, I hold myself to that regard,
Mm,
and I'm proud of that. I'm not saying I don't make a lot of mistakes. I haven't said a lot of stupid shit because I love the yap, but I think that, yeah, I think that that's what's most important to me is like sticking to who you are as a man and who you are as a person,
right.
no matter what the cost is, no matter what the carrot is, you
Mm.
take the stick instead of the carrot. You feel me? That's the way that
That's
I am.
that's a line, dude. That's a fucking breakdown call out right there.
Oh my God, I got 5,000 breakdown calls that will blow your mind, buddy.
Do you do what?
Let's
Okay,
make a book and get rich off of that.
dude.
You got any ideas to get rich?
Um. Okay, business plan right now, Jamie. You got your production duo, right?
Yeah.
Make a banger. Make sure The Rock sees it. Get it in a movie. Done.
Well,
Done. You're good to go, bro.
I've had some songs with the WWE, but never got to The Rock.
Never got
That'd
to
be
The
a tough
Rock.
one. He also has the greatest themes ever already, so it's like, what are
Just
you
do
gonna
better.
do?
Just better, bro.
I can never do better. I can never do better than The Rock's theme or than the final boss version. I can never do better than that, Nick. And that's something you need to know too, is when you can never do better.
Shit. That took a turn. I'm
But you
learning.
could do you.
You can do you.
You can do you.
If you could make a theme for anyone in the world, it doesn't have to be a wrestler, just a theme. Like basically it can be one of those parallel universes where anytime they walk outside the door, in their brain that theme would play and they would have to vibe with it and everyone around them would know that theme. What person would you want?
Beetlejuice from Howard Stern.
Okay. That's a good pick. That goes in.
Kevin Nash in his regular life.
Who's Kevin Nash? Is what it is.
Is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta say it and let it. Seinfeld says that. Sometimes what you gotta do is you say it and you don't react. You don't wait for the laugh. You
Right.
just eat the moment.
You just got it.
Whatever it is, you eat the moment. You eat the silence. You eat the pop, and you go on. You know what I mean? So I think everybody on Twitch and specifically Twitch and a bit YouTube as well knows what I'm talking about. Knows what I'm talking the fuck about.
Seinfeld versus Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Seinfeld, but I love both. There's more Curb Your Enthusiasm stuff where I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous.
It's not believable at that point, right? Where some of those are, you're just like,
do you
come on.
watch either? Do you like either?
I used to watch Seinfeld a lot when I was like, oh my God, when I watched TV. Do people watch TV still nowadays? Is that a thing?
I had TV for a while. I canceled it not too long ago.
Yeah.
I cut the cord. I had TV, but
That's
I mean,
another
I
hard
cable.
breakdown call out right there.
Cut the cord. I cut the cord. That's like one that they're somebody's in a room doing that.
He's
right
already
now.
doing that one.
Their dick's literally hard. They're like, guys, I cut the cord. And then they're gonna be literally rich in like 3 years.
Dude, we had
They're gonna live in like Boca Raton or some shit.
Boca Raton.
Off of I cut the cord. They're gonna live in like the fucking Cayman Islands.
Dude, I had
I'm gonna be like, what the hell?
I had Jeremy from A Day to Remember, and on the obviously I talked about disrespect your surroundings, like what the fuck.
What is that? Is that their shit?
That's theirs. That's disrespect your surroundings.
I've never heard it at all, but I back that, and it sounds hard.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. He said he came up with that accidentally because he misheard a lyric from a different band.
That happens to me too. I've done that too.
Oh,
I've totally written lyrics off of lyrics where I was like singing it, and then I was like, wait, he's not saying that, and then that's you now.
That's
you booked it.
You booked it. Do you have a breakdown call out that you're like, that's peak? It's peak. Don't even try to fucking beat it. No one's gonna, with words, poetically say a sentence that gets me more ready to break this wall.
I think we've come up with a good amount. I mean, I try to make the breakdown call outs like I like making them make sense in the context of the song while still having like a level of ignorance to it, but I never like to go, what's the word, fully
Dumbo?
There's many words you could say. I never like to go fully, if you know what I'm saying. So I like to keep it more where I feel like it has context in the lyrics and in what's going on, but also by itself, it kind of sticks hard. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my vibe.
No, I got you. One of my favorites from your guys is definitely Swallowing the Rabbit Hole, and then that breakdown is pretty naughty.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I think that breakdown's pretty hard. What about
you? That is one of, in the past 10 years, because we have to do a lot of breakdown analysis here on this channel. That is one of the best break, because you guys, like, let me explain. I'm gonna analyze this one for you guys too. Not that you give a fuck or need it to be analyzed, but
no, I do. I care.
Oh, okay. Particularly, first of all, obviously having a really solid call out's very important. But the genius of that breakdown, obviously, which I'm sure you guys are aware of, is not just that it has these groove factors and it's so sporadic with the industrial glitchiness that is inherently, you know, the Code Orange sound. But you guys have such a nice melodic sensibility, which is kind of the undertone to that. Like I don't, there's not many breakdowns that I remember the melody that the breakdown's happening. But you guys made a melody that's fucking catchy with a groove and chaos. And
that is totally our number one thing. Like, I think you'll be hard pressed to find a breakdown of ours that's like totally atonal. You know, I think they're like, I appreciate that a lot. I think they're all, like that's the melody is like the key, you know, because like I'm not, again, this also comes from the style of music that I'm into, you know. I never was really into like Djent or anything like that. So for me, like,
you don't like a bow to dap a 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 dap.
I don't only not like it, I fucking despise it.
You despise Djent.
And if you're
Fall is new age Djent. Do you fuck with Fall?
What is that?
Valjarta Humae's Last Breath. It's like super, so it's slow. It's like if you could take some of the elements of Thal, like the groove, without the, you know, complex math for no fucking reason. Like we don't need to be in polymeters, just cause, right? Where you take those elements, the atmosphere more so, and you add a bit more of a black metal atmosphere with, instead of like a wham, it's more like
you're already losing me with all the words, because all those words continue.
Oh, okay. So instead of, like, best way I could describe it, like Djent, down, Thal, but you're more in like slow motion. You're like, whoa, dude, like the world's crumbling around.
To me, you're SAWFT soft. That's what you are once you start doing that shit. I'm watching your band, you hit one of those, I go, okay. Not hard.
No.
Dude, I'm simple. I like fucking Hatebreed. I like fucking Pantera. I don't really need you to go bow ba down. To me, when I was watching Bow Ba Dows back in the day, we would see that and be like, oh God. Right. So it's like, again, not hating on any, well, I guess I am, but I get if you fuck with that, respect, that is the dominant form of breakdown. That is the victorious breakdown. I think commercial breakdown wars.
I will agree on camera right here. I think Djent breakdowns are some of the worst breakdowns. I don't think a Djent breakdown is.
It's made me leave. It retired me from heavy music.
Just Djent?
Wait, Nick, I gotta plug my computer in. Don't hang up though. Give me 1 second.
I'm right here.
All right.
It's okay.
All right, guys, I'm still here, but we gotta plug in.
Okay. So.
All right, chat. How do we plug in?
What do you have? You got like a MacBook?
Dude, don't even ask me. It's nothing good.
Did you get one of those MacBooks that Johnny Craig's giving away? I heard that he's giving away a few more new.
I remember him. He's one that I remember. Tell you that.
He's one I remember.
See, that's what I know that. Okay, let me just give you a window into my mind.
Okay.
None of that music is related, probably, but to me, like, I hear his name, and for some reason, I just think like down, down. It's like down.
Johnny Craig.
I don't know, man. All I know is all that shit to me was like we were on the Warped Tour.
We were on the Warped. No, is that you? That's such like
we were out there
telling your kids one day, like we had this thing called the Warped Tour,
and I was headed to see fucking Dropkick Murphys, and I had to walk by like 40. Down. Yeah. It's like, all right. And then he's like, no. It's like, all right. That's not hard. Murphys are hard. Let's get over there. Rancid.
So it's okay.
The unseen.
All right. It's not your MacBook. So it could be Johnny. Your homie could have got it from Johnny Craig at this point. We don't know now.
I don't know. And I don't know Johnny Craig or anything. I'm not dissing him. I don't know what his
He just sells
situation is, I
MacBooks.
don't
That's
even
all.
know who he is. You know, I've seen him before, but that's all I can say. I never met him.
Yeah. Do you have what is the best game in the world? Video game right now. Your go-to. You would launch it right now if I said let's play right fucking now.
So I'm not like a big game nerd, even though I'm very aware. Do you know what I've been playing for a minute?
What you been playing?
Hogwarts.
Oh shit, Hogwarts. Okay.
I've just been ripping it on Hogwarts for like playing like an hour a week for like 2 years since it came out, and just like making like 1% more completion, hitting like 2 missions, and then getting in trouble and having to turn it off.
Getting in trouble?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If my fiance is watching, you know I'm just playing, baby. But sometimes she doesn't want Hogwarts on, which I get. She liked it back in the day, the books, but
no books.
Does anyone feel what I was saying? Can I ask the chat, like,
Okay,
you guys get what I'm saying with the breakdown thing? Like,
yeah.
Not saying you agree, but you guys like get what I mean? And does anyone feel me?
Like that the specifics.
Just our whole breakdown. There's a lot of breakdown ideology that's not discussed.
Right.
Dude,
this is the perfect place to discuss breakdown ideology. Literally.
It's on different sides of the aisle. You know what I mean? It's like
which stores?
There's different kinds of breakdowns, and we're all kind of corralled into the same group. And I think it's time we split the groups up again. You know what I'm saying? You're over there, and we're over here. And that's really it.
For you, okay, what makes a peak breakdown? Like if you had to describe, obviously as a musician as well, but also just as a music lover, what makes a breakdown? You don't need breeze.
For sure.
For you.
The funniest part is it's going to be the same things that I feel like the Bow Wow people would say, but I mean it in a different way, which
you
is
don't
like
mean it without the bows and the wows. You mean it in just
no bow wows. You can do one bow for like half of a second, and that's fine, and that's it.
That's it.
You go like round. That's it. If you start going, if you hit like 2 of those in a row,
yeah,
I'm like, I'm out. But that's just me. But groove, you know,
100%.
Space.
So like
again, these are
like literally like atmosphere. You like in
space. Like you gotta let that shit breathe.
Okay, I got you.
Or you make it claustrophobic, but it breathes in the right spots. Like there's different kinds of breakdowns. Like our Swallowing the Rabbit Hole breakdown is very claustrophobic. I wouldn't say it's a super moshable breakdown. It's more of like a breakdown you listen to. And then we have like our breakdown of like My World or something like that. That's more space. That's for punching, kicking, you know, hitting people, things like that. So you have to approach it. Oh, here's one little underrated breakdown of our band. It's called A Drone Opting Out of the Hive on our last record. There's a hard ass breakdown in that one. Check that one out. The middle breakdown of that goes absolutely nuts. And it's a different sort of breakdown.
Did I check that out with you when you were? Because
I think you fucked with it heavily.
I definitely fucked with it heavy, dude.
There's some hard. I mean, there's a lot of.
Look, we talk a lot about, and obviously the modern age, like breakdowns are their own, like goodbye solos. I'm a guitarist. Makes me cry at night, dude. I have this. I can't even. It's over here. I have this fucking thing. Useless. Just turn it into a fucking turntable. Why do I even pick this shit up? Don't need it. Right?
You need to throw a solo in there, man. You riff. Like you can riff 100%. You can riff, man.
Thank you. That's very.
And where's your band at? I know you do all the tracks, but where's your actual band? Where's you? Where's you in a fucking band?
Yeah, because nowadays the weird thing too, because I've thought a lot about this. Obviously, is I have I have internet projects. Like, you know, I've seen, I've seen a little bit of that. Yeah, and not just like the fun meme. I have like one with fucking Andy, and we have like, you know, modern metal, all that shit, where I'm producing, you know, instrumentalist plus vocalist. That's kind of my modern age of that. And because I DIY'd that for so long, it's always been harder for me to get in that mindset of like, all right, let's find 5 people who aren't going to get canceled tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then like, let's go do like live shit. And touring too, because I've just built such a weird life, not actually having bands near me in Toronto. So I forced myself to kind of DIY independent, figure it the fuck out in that way. That now it's like, oh, I can do this shit from, you know, fucking home. Like, you know, touring is cool. But like if it's like being away from fam and like we're going to lose money on the fucking tour instead of just like, I don't know, have fun and make some content.
Yeah, I mean, you already got it made. I get it. It's true. But you have to remember that you're on the front lines of this modern shit, and you just got to make sure that you're fighting for the right things. You got to keep bands alive, because if all the kids figure out it's easier to just be at home and do the shit, like, we're fucked, because you ain't going to have shit to talk about. I mean, what are you going to talk about? Them doing it?
Oh,
Gonna
I got
suck.
you, dude. There's
So
some
if you-
sick. I don't know if you've kept up with some of that. There's some sick modern band. There's a like okay, a lot of bands are doing a lot of the same thing, and it's whatever. But there's a couple. Jamie, if you want your brain to be a little fucked up from some of this stuff,
All right, I'll check it out.
I've been like low-key championship this band just because I'm so what the fuck is happening. This band called MIRAR. It's a duo. That's the thing. That's the same. It's not like a touring band. It's like a fucking duo, 2 producer kids, guitarists. That's the thing. And they're making dubstep thaw guitar shit and classical music mixed in. So think if like Beethoven met
scared.
Skrillex with the most modern metal production you can fucking do.
Chat, make a picture of Beethoven and Skrillex combined on AI.
Yeah, open up. Honestly, ChatGPT, we'll get that rolling. We can figure that out. It's
Make
2024.
Skrillex and Beethoven combined and call it Mar or whatever he said, Mirar.
You got yeah. That's as a person that's played.
I'll check it out as soon as we get off. 100%.
That's the thing. It's not that it's a hard listen, but it's one of those where you're like, this is fucking different. A lot's happening. It's not like a catch. It's like almost classical music progressively in that capacity, and it's fucking weird. But the sounds, Jamie, that's the shit that I nerd out on. That's the shit I'll throw on. I'm sitting here like frothing. I'm like, oh my god, dude, that like frequency shift on that fucking 2 seconds right there on that guitar noise like had me rolling right there.
You're on some Guitar Center type shit. Like you're in Guitar Center. Like, can I see the blue one? Can I see the red one? Can I see the green one? Can I see the triangle?
What's the best color in the world right now? Go.
Black.
Yeah. Done. That was easy.
Second best, white.
I would say pink, brother.
Pink hits in its own way, but
Pink can go hard.
Pink hits. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's all right. I'm cool with it. I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
Maybe we do just a podcast where we just go through each color.
Just like.
Or like.
That's it.
Magenta 7. I'm like.
Magenta's kind of a shade of pink, isn't it? At some capacity.
Or we like disassociate and like, okay, here's another idea for the Nocturnal Network.
Okay.
A color comes on screen.
Okay.
You play some super chill music, okay?
Yeah, I like this.
Then we look at it for 30 seconds. We don't
Okay.
say a word. Then we disassociate and we just say whatever comes to mind.
Right. What's the name of our specific podcast on the Nocturnal Network, though? Code Nocturnal? No, that's not happening.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What about
Code Knock?
No, God.
Nowhere to Nocturnal? Nocturnal
No,
Nowhere.
we need a
Nocturnal
fucking-
Nowhere. Jamie.
Great factions. Well, that's fucking hard, yeah.
That's someone's gonna take that. Where's the copyright right now?
You can have it. You're my boss now. You just gotta pick me up. I mean, pick
I thought
me
this
up
was
and
our network.
I mean, you're gonna be the owner because you're gonna have to put some stake into it, about $1 million.
Fucking dude, I don't got that Bitcoin money.
You got an extra $1 million?
I did not invest
Pull your
during.
shit out of fucking Reddit stocks and make me a star, man. I'm sitting here like a prime talent, not hired.
I lost all my money in GameStop. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you actually, or are you lying?
Now I don't know if I want. It could be both.
Shade put a lot of money into GameStop. My
You
producing partner.
did put money.
Oh, he was telling me, he was like, dude, you have to do it. I was like, dude, fuck no. But he made some bread, I think. I don't fucking know. He's up to some weird shit.
He's up to some weird.
He's just like he's on the dark web type shit mentality.
Dude. I've never been, but I heard it's scary over there.
Oh, did you guys ever watch this movie called Red Rooms?
No.
If you guys want a film recommendation, go on Amazon Prime, watch a movie called Red Rooms. It is a French Canadian movie.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable. And it's about the dark web in a way. And if you're into kind of like David Fincher kind of movies, it's like the best David Fincher movie he hasn't made in 20 years. It's fucking unbelievable.
I'm about to friendly fire on here a little bit. You ready for the friendly fire? I do not know many good Canadian movies. I'm usually disappointed by Canadian movies. I know I got the maple syrup. Let me educate you.
Okay. Let me educate you because I have recently become a primary member of the Canadian Film squad
Okay.
because the film that Shade and I just worked on is Canadian.
Oh
It's a
shit.
killer fucking movie. It's called Violence. It's like a indie
That
punk
that
kind of.
wasn't taken?
It wasn't, which
That's
is insane.
fucking that's the craziest part so
We're making
far.
a classic. It's like an 80s kind of like The Warriors meets like modern like 80s indie crime thriller movie. It stars this kid Rowan Campbell who was just in that movie The Monkey. He was the lead of the last Halloween movie. He's been in a ton of great
That
shit.
wasn't taken either?
No,
Dude,
The
how are
Monkey.
these movie names like able in
It
2025?
was great. But
Okay.
Violence coming to you next year, probably gonna be at TIFF at the Toronto Film Festival. If you ever want to hit that
Oh,
as my
dude.
guest,
I
of honor.
Jamie, I don't live there anymore, but that's cool.
Well, head back. I mean,
Why?
I don't know. The border's a bit strange right now,
Dude,
but
I'm waiting for Toronto, for Canada to be the 51st state so I could finally go back and forth, dude.
they're fucking dumb. But yeah, I love Canada. I'm a big Canada guy. And also, great Canadian movie from last year, somebody who I'd be able to become friends with, is a movie called In a Violent Nature by a guy named Chris Nash. And it's
Okay.
basically like a point of view. Are you a movie guy or not really?
Nah, a Netflix, whatever Netflix tells me nowadays. That's my
Okay,
vibe.
there we go. Okay, so imagine if there's any movie buffs in the chat. Yeah, people probably know what this is, but it's kind of like a weird point of view, almost like a nature documentary, but it's like about Jason essentially. It's like a Jason type character who's
Okay.
going around and killing, but it's following him from his point of view the whole movie. And it was like the number one Rolling Stone horror movie of the year. It did really well in theaters.
Hmm.
It's an amazingly awesome movie. So that's a Canadian movie. Check that one out. In a Violent Nature by Chris Nash. And yeah, Violence coming to you soon from straight from Canada right to your shit.
Hell yeah, bro. Do you fuck with poutine?
Fucks with it. It's all right.
It is I will, as a Canadian, it's overrated. Have you had Canadian Costco poutine?
No, I'm
Dude,
not. The
Jamie?
fuck, I'm not going to the store there. I don't live there. Continue on.
Well, if you have a Costco membership, you know it's
Why would I have a Costco membership? Oh, wait, in Canada or
no,
both?
no. If you
Oh,
have an American Costco membership, it works in Canada. I know because I came from Canada. I had a Canadian Costco membership. I was like, they're not going to take this shit. They're like, what is this fucking guy?
they swiped it.
Dude, swipe Dono in, and I got my fucking $1 hot dog.
Amazing feeling when you swipe a card and it works. Horrible feeling when you swipe and it doesn't work.
That's a bad feeling. That's
Really dark. Top
it.
five worst feelings, and that'll be a thing on our cast too. We'll go through top five like worst feelings.
I feel honest. If we had a podcast, I think it would be number one on Spotify podcasts.
Well, help me, help me. You know, help me, help you. Let's go number one.
Are we calling it Nocturnal Nowhere now?
100%. We'll whoop everybody's fucking ass.
Dude, it would
Let's
be.
get really competitive though, and like really bring that energy to it. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
And I'm 6'4", so fuck with us.
Yeah. Are you
A lot
6'4"?
of these guys are like 5'1".
You're tall. Are you 6'4"?
I'm absolutely tall. Every
I-
metal singer I ever met was this big. Broke my heart every single time. I couldn't even believe it.
Broke my heart.
I was like, fucking hell, you guys are small. Jesus Christ.
Jamie of Code Orange and Nowhere to Run. Check out their new tracks, the Nowhere to Run, and support the homie. Jamie, anything else you want to announce? It's self plug. It can be, I don't know, whatever the fuck. The show is yours. These are your people right now, all yours.
All right, I'll throw a couple things at you. Yeah, follow Nowhere to Run, what we're up to, our event, Blood Rave. Check that out. Hopefully it hits a city near you very soon. And check out a couple of these newer artists that we've been working with. I mentioned before, Saphir Levy, if you're into some like female fucking driven, sick, just like rock music, alternative music, check her out. There's a band we're working with that's called Jigsaw Youth. That's also a killer grunge female trio that are like, just some sick, heavy grunge shit. They've been DIY touring their ass off for years. They're fucking awesome. Check out Sick Brain. She's another killer artist. So, yeah, just check it all out and keep an eye on what we're doing. We're doing things of all sorts.
There you go, guys. Jamie, show him the love, dude. Thank you for coming to shoot the shit. It's been. We need to catch up at least more often.
I'm in. Guys, tell them we need the cast. I'm ready to get motivated.
The cast?
The cast, the pod. You got to catch up with my lingo. If we're gonna do this, you got to catch up with my lingo. But yeah, the cast. I mean, you got to call it a cast to start. Yeah. Starting now, you got to say the cast.
There you go. If you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, comment how often you need to see the cast, and also your gangster Nowhere. If you made it here to the end.
See, if you made it this far, you're a Nocturnal Nowhere head. And if you guys think of another name, throw that at us as well. Like. Just throw it all. We'll get there.
Give us a good name for the pod. Nocturnal. I am not gonna lie. Nocturnal Nowhere that's hard.
I fuck with it. I think it's fucking great.
Is that actually not taken? I mean, apparently the monkey and violence wasn't taken for things. So like,
can I see it? Does the chat fuck with it? Yes or no? Like, tell me what they say.
Chat, do you fuck with Nocturnal Nowhere?
You guys fuck with this idea?
Yeah. The pod or the cast? The podcast, chat. Stop playing words with us here. This isn't English.
So we don't do games.
We don't do games.
And that's our tagline on our podcast.
Nocturnal Nowhere. We don't do games. Jamie, you need a network now. We are manifesting right now the whole network.
All right, I'm in.
Jamie does games. And we should say we should do Nocturnal Nowhere podcast where our tagline is we don't do games, and then you have a show where you play through games that you've never played.
I'm so bad at games, though. I suck.
No one's good at games unless you're like...
Shade will play, but since he doesn't really speak, I'll speak, pretend to be his voice.
That's fine.
He'll play. All right, fire.
Fuck it. Jamie, everybody. Jamie, thank you so much, brother. Have a good night, man. We'll stay in touch and get it. We'll get the pod going, bro. Easy.
All right, everybody. See you later.
Peace, brother. Have a good one.